Before you judge him, listen. He was not stealing. He was not running. He was not doing anything wrong. He was just standing still. 16 years old, black, and already treated like a suspect. What happened next exposed a truth no one on that street wanted to face. Stay till the end, because this story is not just about one boy. It is about all of us. The boy had learned early how to stand still without looking afraid. 16 years old, black, hood up, hands visible, eyes lowered just enough to seem respectful but not weak. He stood outside the jewelry store on Fifth Avenue, not because he wanted to go in, but because it was warm inside the building's shadow. His phone battery had died. His father was late. Again. Around him, the city moved the way it always did. Fast, loud, indifferent. But the people nearest to him slowed. A woman exiting the store noticed him first. Her smile faded. Her grip tightened around her designer purse. She crossed to the other side of the sidewalk without realizing she'd done it. Another man glanced at the boy, then at the store window, then back at the boy, as if connecting dots that had never existed. Inside the store, the manager watched through the glass. Years of experience had taught him what trouble looked like, or at least what he believed it looked like. A teenager, a hoodie, dark skin. He didn't confront the boy. He didn't ask questions. He simply picked up the phone and dialed 911. Suspicious individual, he said quietly. Just standing outside. The police arrived within minutes. 2 officers, one older, one younger. They stepped out of the car already alert, already cautious. "Hey!" the older one said sharply. "Hands where I can see them." The boy complied instantly. He always did. "Turn around. Face the wall." Cold brick pressed against his cheek. A rough hand pushed his shoulder. Metal cuffs snapped closed around his wrists. People gathered. Phones came out. Someone muttered, "I knew it." Another voice, louder, "They should stop these kids before they do something." The boy swallowed. His throat burned, but his voice stayed calm. "I'm waiting for my father." The officers barely reacted. "Uh-huh," the younger one said. "And what does your father do?" The question wasn't curiosity. It was doubt. Before the boy could answer, a loud beep sliced through the air. The jewelry store alarm. Everyone froze. The manager's face went pale as he saw a well-dressed white man slipping toward the back. Exit, too fast, too nervous. Security tackled him just outside the alley. Diamonds spilled onto the pavement. Silence fell over the crowd like embarrassment. The cuffs came off the boy's wrists. "Looks like mistake," the older officer muttered. No apology. No eye contact. Just space, sudden, awkward, heavy. The boy rubbed his wrists, marks already forming. He didn't smile. He didn't look relieved. He'd seen this before. Then a black SUV pulled up to the curb. The doors opened slowly. A man stepped out, gray-haired, well-dressed, calm in a way that demanded attention. Conversations died mid-sentence. Even the officers straightened unconsciously. The man crossed the sidewalk and stopped in front of the boy. "Sorry I'm late," he said gently. Then he pulled the boy into a hug. Gasps rippled through the crowd. The officer's radio crackled as someone whispered, "That's Judge Robert Hale, federal judge. Lifetime appointment, one of the most respected names in the state. The boy's father." The judge turned, his eyes scanning the faces around him. Not angry, not loud, just deeply disappointed. "I was delayed in court," he said. "A case about equal protection under the law." He paused. "Seems I walked straight into another one." No one spoke. The judge placed a hand on his son's shoulder. "My son did nothing wrong," he said. "But every one of you decided he had." The manager looked down. The woman with the purse slipped away quietly. The judge continued, voice steady. "Justice isn't proven when the innocent are spared. It's proven when the innocent are never suspected." The officers stood frozen. As they walked away, the boy glanced back once, at the wall, the cuffs, the crowd. "Next time," he said softly, "it might not be a judge's son." His father squeezed his shoulder. And the city kept moving, but something stayed behind. A question no one wanted to answer. The city moved on. Cars passed. People forgot, but the question stayed. How many boys never get the cuffs taken off? How many fathers never arrive in time? How many stories end without cameras, without witnesses, without justice? Today, it was a judge's son. Tomorrow it could be anyone. If this story made you think, share it. If it made you uncomfortable, sit with that feeling. And if you believe no one should be judged before they act, not before they exist, then speak up. Because silence is how this keeps happening. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for stories that matter.